Welcome to the cockpit. My name's Ryan and I'll be your pilot tonight. I am so excited to be talking some Jets with you guys and just some football in general. We got Dak Prescott signing a 4-year, $160 million deal. Good Lord! We got a franchise tag for Mr. Marcus Maye. And then we got free agency just around the corner. We will be talking just about free agency, about the draft, about all these different things coming in. And I'm excited. We'll start the call-ins at 8:30 like we do every night. I still haven't figured out call-in studio. I tried to talk to Joe about it. He told me to talk to Sabo. So I got to talk to Robbie about this. But I will hopefully have something new cooked up next week, and we shall see what happens. See? You guys are noticing. You guys see the carpet? Fresh carpet on the digs. I like it. And this. So the reason you see more. New camera, boys and girls. I don't know if you noticed the last video I put out. 4K, baby. About time. It's good to have you guys in the chat. Steven, Lame Cactus, TJ, Multiples, Muttviles. Sorry, always screw that up every time. Doesn't fail. TJ, John, Justin, Benjamin. I see Jimmy by Jets, Robbie, Zachary, Michael, Breaking Bad RCs. What up, boys? Good to have you in here. Boy, all right, what do we want to talk about? Let's take a look at the chat. All right, let's go through my thought process on some of the stuff I brought in on this little beginning portion here. Let me... I gotta get something to, like, lower the music without me using my mouse, because this is frustrating. I always screw it up. All right, so we got Marcus Maye getting the franchise tag. I said it weeks ago. This was going to be a thing. Now, it's not too shocking. If you look into it, that's exactly what should have happened. Not that I don't want him here on a long-term deal. I do think I want him here on a long-term deal. I would like him here on a long-term deal. 3 years? 4 years? Charlie Gardner, what's up? Look at that guy. Charlie Gardner, you'll be happy to know. New range machines at Black Bear. Woo woo! What up? Sorry. Okay. Getting excited about stupid stuff. All right. So Marcus Maye on the franchise tag, going to be about $11 million. I like it. I think it makes a lot of sense. I would love to pay Maye 4 years, $12 million a year or something like that. He's obviously going to want something like $15 million a year, which I don't blame him. You got, has your dog pooped in your living room recently? Christian, no poop in the living room so far. Pretty good. Yeah, so Marcus Maye, I would like a 4-year, $12 million a year deal. I think that would make a lot of sense. He wants $15 million a year because Budda Baker got 14.7. So I am understanding of where he's coming from. He's 28 years old. He's going to want his biggest payday. From a Jets perspective, money-wise, logistic-wise, I do think we should offer him more than the franchise tag. I'll say that much. And I think it's worth paying your best players. I do think he has to be a little realistic and understand like what we could do to him. And I don't want it to get to that point. Jimmy by Jet says, give Maye 4 years, $60 million. Ooh, that's a lot of money. Maybe if you only guarantee 2 years, maybe I can get on board with that. I wouldn't want to eat dead money, $15 million a year for a 30-year-old safety if he's like dropping off. So we'll see how I feel about that. I don't know. But Marcus Maye, it's good to have him back. We can negotiate a contract with him right through July. I want to say it's July, I don't know, first week in July, second week in July or something like that. After that, he has to play on the franchise tag, and he will hit unrestricted free agency next year, unless we decide to tag him a second time, which I don't really see happening, but I guess if we don't have anyone really stand out, you could, in theory, see it happen. Yeah, you guys want to see it. Front-loaded. Bills just extended Micah Hyde for less than $10 million annually. They are a winning team, so some of that does probably have to come into effect. It's not fully like, you know, apples and oranges. They're both fruits. They're kind of the same. I know it's weird. Jimmy says he's going to call in tonight and plead his case for Maye. I'm all about it. I want to hear your case for Maye. And I want to talk about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott gets a beefy contract, a big old beefy contract, and it's Cola! It's Cola coming in with the newest member of the Jets Talk 24/7 channel. You're going to be a part of our members-only mock draft tomorrow night, 10 o'clock. Let me see some JETS in the chat. I know you guys like those emojis. Throw some fireman Ed up there, maybe a Robert Salas screaming, a freeze bean, maybe a Matt face, something like that. I'm excited. Okay, so Dak Prescott gets 4 years, $160 million. Well, I think that's good by the Cowboys because they don't try to nickel and dime Dak based on like his injury. I think that would have looked bad and poor taste at least. Dak maybe didn't get as much as he wanted. I don't know. It's the most guaranteed money ever, $126 million, and I think it's $42 million on average over the first 3 years of this deal. So it's a 3-year guarantee. He's locked into Dallas. They can figure out what his signing bonus is, or not his signing bonus, but they're going to figure out what his cap hit's going to be. I'm sure it's going to drop it. It's not going to be like a $43 million cap hit because a ton of that money is going to be signing bonus, I would imagine. That's without me really seeing it. I don't know if they've actually broken down the legit contract. I do think Dak is a top 10 quarterback in this league, and I think he's completely deserving of that contract. And I would have gladly paid it to him had he hit free agency. That said, he's off the market, so, alas, never going to happen. It wasn't really going to be a thought process for the Jets anyway. He wasn't leaving Dallas. Now, how do we feel about everything else going on? Are we talking about $75 million signing bonus? Okay, so that's where that comes in. So that means he's getting that $75 million right now, and it's going to be split up across his the 4 years of the contract. So not too shabby. That's a shit ton of money. That means he's not getting cut. Maybe the last year of that deal, possibly. But if he's a franchise quarterback, ideally he lasts way beyond, 31 years old or whatever he'll wind up being. I think he's 27. The Salty Teacher! The Salty Teacher becomes a member of the Jets Talk 24/7 channel. Being a part of the 10 o'clock mock. Boys, drop your JETS. There it is. I love it, Salty Teacher. Thank you so much for becoming a member. All right. Jimmy says Dak isn't worth $35 million. We saw just how well he was playing last year before he got hurt, and he didn't have the best offensive line either. It's not like that was the offensive line of old for Dallas. They're in a little bit of a world of hurt. So them signing him at least lets them know what direction they're going on. I think that's important. Where was I going with this? Thought I was going somewhere with this. My Fuck, Marry, Kill series. All right, so I said that would be coming out this week. I have all the files and everything written up. I graded everyone. I know what their scores are going to be. And I did it for wide receivers, offensive linemen, edge rushers, and cornerbacks. So I'm going to have 4 this year. I couldn't figure out what fifth one I really wanted to do. So I decided to just roll with those 4. I haven't actually created the graphic that you see pop up on the side. That's what's kind of locking me into not doing this right away. And I actually have to film it. Once I have the graphic, I can film it real quick. The editing isn't too bad, but it's the time consuming part before that. But I'll get that out. I want to get it out. Hopefully, maybe I'll shoot it tonight, and then I'll have them come out over the next few days. Because basically, once free agency starts and guys get signed, then it goes out the window. Some of these guys may have gotten the franchise tag. I haven't really kept up too much on this. So I have Robinson, Galladay, Godwin. One of them may have gotten the tag. If they did, it's, it is what it is. Deal with it. But it's going to be fun. I'm going to have fun with that. And then this, potentially, we'll see. Potentially, maybe the last time you see this particular layout on this stream. All over, the outside of the stream, not me in here. I'll be in here still. Ooh, look at that. Ali jumping in says, room looks dope. You're right. Sign looks dope. And okay. So I'll plug it here first. I got to plug it in my videos. I told Wyatt I would plug it in the videos. Wyatt has an Etsy shop. So if you go on Etsy and you type in Jet Sign, that will pop up. That sign will pop up. His name's Wyatt. He makes sheet metal signs. And he does all signs. He does all teams. He does, custom signs, all these different things. But I got the jet sign. I reached out to him. I was like, yo, dude, awesome. He's like, dude, I watch your videos. Boom. I was like, no way. So I told him I'd plug it. So here it is. And if you guys want to get yourself a sign, if you want to get that, if you use promo code JetsTalk at your checkout with the coupon code, you'll save 10% off. So that kind of gives him, the little nod, like, hey, you came over from over here. I don't get any kickback for that, but it's doing us all. That guy is really, really crafty. That being said, the sign, I bought like a $10 LED strip. So the sign does not come lit up. So if you want the sign, you got to buy your own LEDs. And I have mine hooked up right now for the streams with a wire right there. But I do use, for my regular videos, a little power bank like this. And it'll run on battery power for however long, I guess. I've never actually timed it. I think it actually lasts 2 hours, so I could probably do that with a battery pack. But otherwise, you're going to wind up having a plug down below. Bam! What I see? Mutt Vials coming in with a super chat. I'll figure that out. I see one of you guys asking how to become a member. If you would like to become a member, Harry Davis. Below this video, there's a blue join button. If you click on that, it'll give you an option. You can, there's $2, $5, $10, whatever you want to do. You get all the same emojis, everything like that. You get a few more perks if you do some of the higher ones, which I apologize. I'm definitely not as good at really doing that, but you'll also get some cool behind the scenes stuff. I'm probably going to give you guys a little bit of a look at of the setup. The audio sounds better. I got myself a little pop filter on my Yeti. Got some acoustic foam right behind there. Ooh. And I got the new camera. See, I'm invested. I like you guys. I want you guys to be able to see my stress. Ali, call me when you open the call-ins if you can. I will. Ali. Jimmy, I think I've got your number in my thing as well. So I'll give both you guys a call so we can go through that. Mutt Vials, I will drop your... Oh, there it goes. Okay, it just popped up. Sorry. Mutt Vials says, what do you think of a three-way trade between the 49ers, Patriots, and the Jets involving Sam to the 49ers, Jimmy G to the Patriots, and the Jets getting some picks? I'm all about it. Three-team trades really don't happen. So I'd say the likelihood of that happening is pretty slim, but I could see Jimmy G getting traded to the Patriots. I could see Sam Darnold getting traded to the 49ers. For what? I don't really know. I'm not too sure. I think Belichick would like to have Jimmy G just to kind of show it to Robert Kraft, be like, see, look, we could have done this with Jimmy G. Now it may not. I need to update the side. Yes, I got to update the side. I still haven't done my little thing over there. I started doing it, and then I just didn't. I completely botched it. And I have some cool little knickknacks in that little, I have like a bookcase there. That thing, where is it? Bam! Right there. That is a VIP ticket. I got to go to a closed Jets practice 2 years ago? Last year? 2 years ago? Couldn't have been last year. 2 years ago. And I want to show that stuff off. It's kind of cool, but I got to figure out how to get some light over there. I haven't gotten too far. And then over here, I got to do something. Right now, I just have the old Jets blanket from the chair. That was always in my videos, sitting right on top. You really can't see it at all. Anthony Cristiano Jr. becoming a member of the Jets Talk 24/7 channel. Drop the JETS in the chat, boys. We got 9 minutes before call-in starts. Man, I get so excited. Let's see. Zach Holmes, bro, are you wearing makeup tonight? If so, everything okay? You are sparkling tonight. I just took a shower, and that's part of it. It's also me trying to figure out this camera. I don't understand this camera entirely. I want you to be able to see a little bit more of the background, because when I just, set the, what is it, the ISO? I guess it's the ISO. To my normal, complexion, it gets really dark in the background, and I haven't really figured it out yet, so sue me. I tried editing a video. I tried editing a video in 4K the other day. I created a 13-second demo of me, just saying, hey, this is a test. And then I did a 1080p demo, and I was just like, okay, how big are these file sizes that I'm talking about? The 1080p 60 frame a second video was 100 megabit or something like that, or 200 megabit. The 13-second 4K video, a gig. I was like, oh no, That's why my Zach Wilson video from last night that I posted was so short. It's because I wanted to test it on 4K and see if I could edit it. And it actually worked out. It worked out well. So I'm gonna continue to shoot in 4K. So, bam! Now you know. Got some cool stuff. And what's cool is this camera allows me to live stream, so I can actually have autofocus on. So if I go like back here, it's gonna focus. If I go back here, it's gonna focus. Ah, so cool. See, this is stupid. Files, you got a ring light, Ryan. I don't have a ring light. I should show you guys what I have. I looked at a ring light. I was gonna do that originally. Well, I'll pull this guy aside because this one's tiny. I can show you this. So this is my secondary light. This little guy, battery powered, which is why you'd get some flickering sometimes because the battery starts to die on me when I'm not paying attention. But I have a new light right up there. That is not a ring light. It is quite a bit more than a ring light. I actually have it mounted to the wall. It's on a big boom pole. Pole. Words. All right, let's see. I saw Mike come in with a super chat. Let me find that real quick. Mike Jerome, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, what do you think about Sam for Montez Sweat and a second or third? Ooh, I could get on board with trading Sam for an edge rusher. I would do that. That would probably be something I'd do during the draft. I would like to not necessarily spend the draft capital without knowing who is going to be available at our pick. So I guess I don't know if that's a cop-out answer or not, but I would be okay with it. I think edge rusher for Sam, A-okay in my book. Anthony, like I said, becoming a member of the channel. Marty, I'll drop your comment up there. I see it come through. Thank you, brother, so much for the super chat. Once it pops through on my little system, then I'll put it up on the screen. We'll discuss it. 6 minutes till calling, boys. 6 minutes. What do we got going on? How about drafting Jalen Phillips in the second round? Says, let's talk res. I have no idea. I'll be honest. I do not know a whole lot about Jalen Phillips. I have to do my actual draft analysis. I've done some of it. But we'll see. Aussie Jets back. Good day, mate. Okay, I'm drinking the Zach Green Kool-Aid. Name me two priority draft picks and free agency trade that would be great for the Zach Attack. Ooh, Zach the Ripper. I like that. We can call him Zach the Ripper. Zach Attack's pretty cool. I like that. Broadway Wilson. There's so many things. I'm going to have tons of shirt ideas. This is really, really cool. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. So Zach Wilson, Chris Sims put out his quarterback rankings. And normally I'm like, you know what? Quarterback rankings, hooey. Forget about it. But Chris Sims has been pretty spot on. If you haven't seen my video yet on it, he had Patrick Mahomes as his top quarterback in 2017. Not many people had him as number one. A lot of people had Trubisky. A lot of people had Watson. So Mahomes going that high was pretty impressive. He didn't rank the whole class, but had Mahomes at 1. The next year, the Darnold draft. Everyone had Sam at number 1, Baker number 2. Allen was sometimes thrown in there at number 2. Then you have Chris Sims coming in, and he says Lamar Jackson's number 1. Josh Allen's number 2. Baker's number 3. Sammy D, number 4. And then Josh Rosen at number 5. Pretty rock solid. That's about as rock solid as you can get. I mean, maybe a flip-flop Allen and Jackson if you really want to get nitpicky, but it's splitting hairs at that point. Then, what was the next year? Then he had Kyler Murray at number 1. He actually had Daniel Jones at number 6 with Haskins at 3. And I think it was Drew Lock at 2. So pretty good there. I mean, Jones, I think, is definitely better than the 6th, rated quarterback, and Haskins shouldn't even be on the list at this point. Then we have last year. Who did he grade out last year? What was last year's draft? Burrow. Oh, he had Burrow, then Herbert. So Chris Sims looking pretty good. So that's where the whole Zach Wilson hype is really coming in. Like, a lot of people were talking about it prior to it, but now that, like, Sims is talking about it, now I'm kind of thinking it a little bit more. Whew. I like it. I like it. So, Zach Wilson, if he is the number 2 overall pick by the Jets, what do we do? 2 priority draft picks to help him out. So let's talk, well, you want to talk priority draft pick, free agency, and trade. So trade for me would be maybe an edge rusher, like what was brought up by Mike just before. And I would say I lean against trading. I'm not real high on trading for anyone. Because there's going to be a lot of people in free agency, and we have a ton of draft picks. So it kind of depends on me for that. I think there's a lot of good edge rushers. Free agency-wise, I would say you go out, you get Thuney or Lindsley. That would be my choice of linemen. You go out, you get a number 1 wide receiver, whether that be Robinson or Galladay or Godwin or sneaky favorite, Corey Davis. Corey Davis for me, little sneak peek here on the F, Marry, Kill. I am very, very high on Corey Davis. I did not expect that, but exciting nonetheless. Curtis Samuel could potentially be an addition. Juju Smith-Schuster. Jets are enamored with Will Fuller. There's all these different people we could be talking about. But number 1 wide receiver, top offensive lineman. Those are the 2 guys, ideally in free agency, you walk away with. In the draft, I would go with wherever the value is. Edge rusher's got to be a priority with the top 2, with not number 2, but number 23 or 34. Same at cornerback. I think those 2 spots, if you don't get a good guard or you don't like your guards and you want to pull the trigger on Wyatt Davis or Creed Humphrey or someone like that, fine. You won't hear me complain about that because you're still going to trade Sam and you're going to get another 2nd-round pick, so you can potentially work something out further there. But I would say to help Wilson, it's going to be in free agency. It's a guard that knows what he's doing or a center that knows what he's doing combined with a wide receiver that knows what he's doing. It's not drafting a young guy and throwing him behind there with a rookie. And then you draft him a running back in like the 3rd round. Maybe the 4th round, depending on who's falling. We'll see. Got 1 minute till Collins. 1 minute till Collins. Good question, Marty. Good question. Let's see. V-Man. Coming in. You'll love my Zach Wilson t-shirt concept. I would love to hear it, V-Man. You'll have to call in and let me know. Because I know we were talking about the Tribeca Trevor shirt. But I don't know what your Zach Wilson one's going to be. So I'm excited to hear what that's going to be. Todd Tirico. Todd Tirico becoming a member of the Jets Talk 24/7 family. Thank you so much for joining the channel, my brother. Drop some JETS in there for our man Todd. Greatly appreciated. Enjoy all those cool emojis. It's Cola. I will throw your comment up on the screen, and then I'll get to the phone calls. I'm just waiting for the thing to pop through on my end. So I'm not ignoring you. Just doing it. Oh, Jet Nation. Hey, buddy. What you doing? Is that Green Bean or is that, Max Man? I don't know. Jet Nation? My dudes. Good to have you in the chat. Is that Green Bean? Everyone wants to know, is it Green Bean? We don't know. It's GV. He definitely missed the B. It's Green Bean. Oh, man, we got something cool. Well, that may be something cool for you guys tomorrow. We got a new sponsor of the channel that we will be debuting tomorrow. Me, Green Bean, and Matt. Getting a few perks. Sending them your way if you guys want it. So we will talk about it tomorrow. Top secret, covert, that sort of stuff. It's Cola says, my mock has Wilson at 2, Gregory Rousseau at 23, Asante Samuel Jr. 34. I'd be on board with that. I am not super high on Rousseau, but I think edge rusher at 23 is big. I would like, I don't think Kwity Paye makes it there. I guess, I don't know. I would be cool with it. I think edge rusher 23 is a big time haul. Unless you can get like J.C. Horn, if he falls, maybe you go there and then you go back and you get like a Pat Jones. Patrick Jones is someone that me, Green Bean, and Matt are really high on. I would be all about that. Green Bean says, I am in the woods with no power. I have to conserve for the mock, so I'm on my phone. Smart man. He's hunting Sasquatch over there. All right. What time is it? No, it's 8:32. All right, let's get to the phone lines here. Let's get to the phone lines. Ali, hopefully you're hanging by. I'm gonna try and whoop. That is not Google Voice. That is my email. All right, let's give our buddy Ali a call, and then nope, hanging up on you. Sorry, calling Ali first. Caleb Goldner becoming a member of the channel. Caleb, thank you so much for joining the Jets Talk 24/7 family.
What's going on?
Ali, what's good, dude?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Oh,
been a long time.
not too bad. Not too bad. I'm hanging in there. How's your week's been? I feel like I haven't talked to you in a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. Doing good. Marcus May got tagged. Finally, some Jets news that we could talk about finally. So,
Oh yeah, absolutely. What'd you think about the whole Marcus May getting tagged?
I like it. It shows that Joe Douglas wants to keep him and he kept his word. But this is also a scenario that I thought about Nick Folk. When he got tagged in 2014, they worked out a deal 2 weeks later. And obviously Marcus May wants a long-term deal with the Jets. And I do think it will eventually happen if they truly, truly believe he is a talented guy to keep around. And I do believe that. And, the deal should happen. I mean, I think Joe Douglas knows what a good player looks like. Unless he forces himself out like Jamal Adams did, he should be here for a long-term deal.
Yeah. Now, what do you think about him potentially asking for a lot of money? Because right now the franchise tag's $11 million. Buda Baker got paid. I want to say it was like $14.7, $15 million or so, and he was taking 3 picks ahead of May. The stat line is relatively similar, with Buda Baker being like 2 or 3 years younger than May. Now, do you think there's going to be any kind of issue with that? I do see Douglas paying more than the franchise tag. Like I could see like a 4-year, $48 million deal, $12 million a year, something in those, somewhere along that line. What are you thinking about the amount of money we're probably going to have to give May?
I think that's a really good question.
Sorry if I caught you off guard.
Yeah, I mean, if they want, that's the same thing. If they want to keep him, I think what he wants is he wants to be wanted. I think he's a player that does whatever it has to do. Does the playmaking. He's been an awful defense for a while now, an awful team overall with Adam Gase coaching. I mean, I think he just wants a team to want him, and he's done so much for the Jets. Even in terrible seasons, he's been a bright spot on the defense. And the team in general, like a leader type guy, and I think Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh like these leader type role players. That's what they like. They like talented players, but they also got to bring that, leadership type role. And I think that's what Marcus May does. So I would not be upset if they paid him a lot, but I think he just wants a long-term deal. He wants a long-term solution for himself, so he knows that he wants to stay in New York. He wants a long-term deal for his family to stay in New Jersey, New York, and just stay here so he knows where his home is, and that he doesn't get discussed in trade talks. He doesn't get so he has the capacity of, this is my job and I'm staying in New York. I think that's what he really wants.
Yeah, I would love to keep May here. I think it's important. I think especially after everything that went on last season with Adams, I think it's good for the locker room. Like there's part of me that like, okay, I understand like maybe you can get a comparable safety for say $10 million or so, but paying your guy, a guy maybe not Douglas drafted, but a guy that was drafted for the Jets, a guy that's been in the locker room for 4 years, he's kind of put his nose down and really grinded it out. He stuck up for the rest of the defense and kind of called out Greg Williams. Not necessarily a great thing, but I do think it's a leadership type role, and I think Douglas does value that. I think a lot of that is going to come into play, and I think they will work out a deal. They have until about like middle of July to work out a long-term deal, so I could see them doing that. Now, what do you think about? I was gonna say, what do you think about the whole Dak Prescott contract? 4 years, $160 million.
That's insane, man. That I think these deals are gonna be going off the charts now. I think the Patrick Mahomes deal is gonna pretty much bring another level of these signings. I think we're gonna go where like the basketball and MLB level signings are.
Mhm.
And I like Dak Prescott, man. I think he's a really good quarterback. I don't know how he's gonna look when he comes off of his injury, which was really severe. But whenever he's on the field, he makes an impact. I mean, he was playing, and I think they made a good decision in keeping Dak. But we'll see how it pans out if he's the same player. I do think he's going to be the same player. I think he's still very talented. He's still probably a top 5, top 10 quarterback. So, I'm not surprised about that deal. But seeing the numbers finally pop up on your screen is just like, wow.
It's eye popping. It's like, oh man, that's what he's worth. I think we're going to get to a point at some point in the future, and I thought it was going to happen with Chip Kelly, but it didn't. I think the NFL is trying to move the rules in such a way that the did I just lose my stream? What's going on here? Sorry. I think you could see a situation where the quarterback contracts are getting so enormous that you eventually get guys, not signing those long-term deals. And you see the Jets and every other team decide to go with the rookie contract. And then we go and you see, the next guy comes in and they just go with the rookie contract. That's it. You just, next guy's out. And you try to get something along the lines of like a 2-quarterback system. I think you could, or at least a system that's easy enough for quarterbacks that you don't have to pay $50 million a year and hamstring your team. You can still build a championship team, but it would just be with cheaper guys each year. But football's a weird thing because the quarterback is just so important.
Yeah, I mean that's why when people bring the Deshaun Watson stuff up, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you.
Oh yeah, me too. I got my fingers crossed. I have no idea if we're live right now. It keeps popping in and out. I keep like dropping connection.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. You've been in and out a lot.
Current, let's see. I may have to actually drop my resolution down because I have like the friggin' internet I have right now, not that good. I got 10 megabit upload. I'm like, oh, this is brutal. So really not great. Now, what do you think about, what's the other topic I wanted to? What do you think about Zach Wilson being the quarterback number 1 for Chris Sims?
That's kind of stupid. I'm gonna be honest. I like Zach Wilson, but I would not put him over Trevor Lawrence. That's just stupid.
Now, did you
Trevor
see?
Lawrence has,
Did you see Chris Sims' other rankings of quarterbacks the last 4 years?
No, I have not.
Ooh, okay. So let me take you to school. Watch this. So, 2017, his top-rated quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. 2018, his top-rated quarterback, Lamar Jackson. 2019, top-rated quarterback, Kyler Murray. Following year, 2020, top-rated quarterback, Joe Burrow. This year, Zach Wilson. It's interesting. The guy is pretty dialed in with this year. Interesting. The guy is with everything quarterback related. Oh man, I might have to restart this stream. This is bugging the heck out of me. All right, Ali, I'm gonna hang up with you. I gotta figure out this stream. Sorry, dude. Take it easy, brother. All right, boys and girls. I'm gonna drop out of this stream. Mumtaz, I see your comment. I'm going to actually hold it and see if I can save it for later. How do I do this? Come on, Ryan. All right. I don't want to forget Mumtaz's super chat. All right, boys and girls. I'm going to drop out and reset. So